Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is the code of conduct. So these days, I mean, as Fergus said, we've been having these events for a long time, and we never had. Well, technically, we actually did have a code of conduct 2 years ago, but we didn't have an event back then. So anyway, these days, all events usually have a code of conduct. So now we do one as well. Basically, the common rules are very simple. When I wrote this a couple of years ago, I read a lot of other organizations' codes of conduct, and they all seem to be boiled down to these 3 bullets. Don't do anything illegal, respect other people, even if they're different, and don't behave or demean or disrupt or harass. Basically, it could be condensed even further to be good. Be nice. So now we have this, and it applies to all Nokfi spaces. So if we start having Nokfi workshops where we actually work on something like a hackathon or whatever, it applies there. It applies on the Mattermost chat server, and so on. And one thing that separates Nog.fi from many of the other Nogs is that a lot of the other Nogs are actually some sort of an association. So they have a membership, they have a board, they have structure, they have an organization. We don't have that yet. And personally, I've been a bit against trying to make that happen, because I know my people. So I have a feeling that we couldn't really find enough active people to fill a board. But I'm open to suggestions, so if there are people who want to really start running an association called Nog.fi, then we can make it happen. And because right now the code of conduct is written by me as a dictator. So if we want to create an association, then we can have a process, more open process, more inclusive process of creating and updating the code of conduct, and especially the next bit, because if we have rules, they mean nothing if there's nothing to enforce the rules. So we need to have a method to report any transgressions or whatever, and we need actions to take when they are broken. So we have trusted contacts to whom you can report if someone is not behaving nicely, and basically, if it's a very small thing, then perhaps an apology is necessary. But if it's not a small thing, then basically the normal punishment is removal from the event or removal from the space where the violation happened. And if it's an illegal thing, then maybe law enforcement will also get involved. The people who are trusted contacts will vary from event to event, because not everyone goes to all the events. At this event, our trusted contacts are Raymond Jetten, can you stand up? And Rebecca Klaas-Peter, can you also stand up? So you can approach one of these people or both if you feel threatened or if something is amiss. Thank you. Now, on to the rest of this. The rest of the code of conduct is maybe not as typical as what other Nogs have. But Finland is maybe also not as typical as other countries have. So most Nogfi, most national Nog code of conduct say about dressing that you should have a dress. Well, not a dress, but you should be dressed. But ours doesn't. So for seminars and these more formal meetings, we like people to be smart casual or city smart. You seem to pretty much be that, which is good. Then for dinners and cocktail parties, the evening stuff, basically it's slightly more casual again. And then for workshops, hackathons, it's full-on casual. And finally, for our evening socials, the dress code is completely optional. So the socials usually feature a sauna, and it's a Finnish sauna, and the Finns like to go into the sauna naked. There is a point here that some of the sauna venues actually ban you from wearing swimming trunks because they will stain the sauna. They'll have to spend money to clean it up again if somebody comes in there with swimming trunks. Well, not one person, but if 100 person do it, then it all adds up. Then another thing is about alcohol. So these formal meetings, seminars and whatever, alcohol is a no-no. But in the dinner parties, cocktail parties, evening socials, alcohol is okay. And we've also got a few bullets here about how to behave in a sauna party with alcohol, because first of all, sauna is a very hot room. I've seen people forget beer steins or bottles or cans in the sauna, and it'll get so hot in the sauna that anyone picking it up will get a burn. So don't leave that stuff. And also glass in the sauna where people are naked is also a bad idea. And also, since we usually like to have a very wide variety of different types of drinks, different types of beers and stuff, there are usually very few of the specialty things. And it just breaks my heart to see when someone has gotten some 15-euro bottle of beer, tasted it once and left it somewhere. So if you don't know what you're getting into, find someone to share it with, so that if you didn't like it, it still gets consumed. That's it. Any questions? Do we have time for questions? Yeah, I don't think we have time for questions.